What's going on, guys? Arcade here, bringing you guys a brand new video, playing some Destiny. Yes, doing the Iron Banner, which is a very rare thing for me. First off, I don't play Destiny's multiplayer a lot at all. Second thing is, I've only played the Iron Banner like once, so this is a little like the second time I've ever played the Iron Banner, and it kind of opened my eyes to something that just knows about this game mode. It's kind of unbalanced. Now, before I get into it, I just want to say, before people get into, oh my god, here we go, another rant video, another complaint video. I'm not complaining about the game, I'm critiquing the game. Like I said before, I want games to be better. I want them to be as best they possibly can be, not just for myself, but for everyone involved. And that's what I'm going to talk about with this video. I want to talk about that the Iron Banner is not balanced for all involved in playing it. For example, if you are level 308 and you go against level 250, you have a complete advantage over that person and you're going to dominate them. They can't kill you at all. It's just not going to happen. So what I am bringing to the table with this is the Iron Banner needs to have a phase kind of multiplayer, kind of similar to like the divisions. There's more games like that have things like this, but I'm gonna use the division as an example. And whereas in the division, when you go into the dark zone, you're only going to be in the phase with those who are of equal level as you are. So if you're 30, you're not going to see 20s, you're not going to see 10s, you're only going to see other level 30s. If you're 20, you're going to see 20s, not 30s or 10s. So that's the same thing I'm trying to say what this game needs to have. So now I'll assume they can't do it with this game right now, but maybe Destiny 2, the sequel, they can be able to do that with that. So when you're 300, you're facing other 300s. If you're 200, you're facing all those 200. So you have this range. 100 to 200 have their own little servers. 200 to 300 have their own servers, and 300 and up have their own servers. And if you add like up to 400, then you have 400 have their own servers. That way it's balanced. You can still have where, and my teammate gets me killed right here because I'm trying to freaking figure out what a sniper is at, and my teammate pushes me up. I hate that. I hate when your teammates are in your way, and I hate when they push you up. It's just dumb. Anyways, this will create balance in the game. That way you don't have these mismatched lobbies. Because if you don't know what the Iron Banner is basically your gear matters. So it's not like skill matters, it's not like teamwork matters, it's your gear matters. So if you outgear somebody, then you're going to beat them. Now myself, my hunter is a 297, and so my hunter's not going to have a good time against people who are like 315. They're just not going to have a good time against people who are 315. However, my hunter will dominate those who are 295s and 290s, 285, 280s. My hunter's going to dominate those players. And vice versa, they're going to dominate those who are lower than them, and that's unbalanced. Because it's cool to have gear matters, but it's not cool to create a matchmaking lobby where you're matching people up who have no chance at all to be in a firefight. I think we played like 4 or 5 matches that night of Iron Banner before we went to go do something else. And if I recall, you had a teammate who was 250. He had no chance. I'm pretty sure he had the lowest KD in the entire game. He had no chance. Because the other team was, not only were they all in their 300s, they were all in a party together. So that adds to it. I'm not going to complain about that. That's cool. If you're going to be in full party, you're in full party. But since that guy was 250 and he's going against people who are maxed out in light, he had no chance. He has no way of beating those people. He just can't. And that's why it's unbalanced. It's unbalanced because of that. And I just want this game to balance, and because when you have an unbalanced multiplayer, people don't play it. If people don't play the multiplayer, they're cutting themselves off from half the content that the game offers. So as a gamer, as someone who thinks intellectually, the thought process would be we need to find a way to balance it, find a way to where everyone in the community can enjoy the full content that is offered with a video games package. That means multiplayer and PvE. And I walked right into that shit. Didn't know that guy had a freaking light machine gun. So I died. I had a pretty good game though. I will say that. Even though I was completely under leveled to be in the Iron Banner, I had a good game. Now I'm not going to say if we won or lost or not. You can tell from the score, it ain't looking too good. But that's cool. I enjoyed myself. Even though we lost, even though my teammates couldn't really stack it up, I enjoy myself, and I think that's the important thing. Even if the Iron Banner is kind of unbalanced, there are enjoyable moments, and I'm not even using anything special. Like this gun is a gun you can get from a blacksmith. My secondary is a pretty basic Vanguard gun, and of course I'm using the Truth. So I'm not even using like really big guns. I'm not using like the Thorn. I'm not using the Ceros. I'm not using the Midas. I'm not using anything. I'm just using these basic weapons, and that might not be that's probably why I experienced so many issues against higher level players. But at the same time, this gun worked. If you look at this gameplay, it worked because I was taking people out and I was dealing some damage, and it was good. And overall, though, I think Destiny's multiplayer gets a bad rap. I think the multiplayer for this game is actually pretty decent. It's not a bad multiplayer. I just think there's balancing issues. And the maps are gorgeous. The maps are gorgeous. The map flow is great. They're great maps. The only flaw to the Iron Banner is it's just unbalanced. And I'm not saying it just in terms of like me losing, but even when I win gunfights, I'm not winning a gunfight because I'm better than somebody. I'm winning a gunfight because I outlight him. I have a higher light level than he does, so that's how I beat him. And I think that's what the unbalance is. And I'm not saying like you shouldn't have gear that matters. I'm saying just have phases by either 50s or by hundreds. So if someone's 50, like to me, it makes more sense to do like hundreds. So we have 200s going against people who are in between 200 and 300, 100s against people who are between 100 and 200, and so on. And to me, that's just a more balanced way of having it work. And eventually, when people work their way up, then they'll leave that phase and go into the next phase where they're going against 300s or going against 200s or whatever. And I think that's just a good way of balancing. I know I'm all over the place with this commentary, irrelevant, but it's I just want this game to be better. I want this game to be as good as I think it can be, because I think this game gets a bad rap. I think we've all seen like people just say people still play this game. Destiny this. I don't think Destiny's a bad game. And personally, and this is my honest opinion, I don't think anyone thinks this game's a bad game. I just think, hipsters, the millennials, the hipsters and millennials, like there's this thought process where people just want to hate games. Like, they don't have a reason to hate them. They just want to hate the games. And because this person hates the game, the next guy's going to hate the game because he wants to fit in. Since that guy hates the game, the next guy's going to hate the game because he also wants to fit in. So everyone wants to fit in. Everyone wants to be cool. Everyone wants to be hip. So they're all like trying to let's just downplay this and downplay that and upplay this, upplay that, just because it's a cool thing to do. It's kind of like with the console wars. People saying this console sucks and that console sucks, or this console is great and that console is great. All that happens because of people wanting to fit in. If someone makes videos trying to like talk shit about the PS4, they do that for the views, not because they actually think the PS4 sucks. They make a video about the Xbox One, they do it because of the views, not because the Xbox One actually sucks. I've seen countless videos, people saying why the PS4 is bad, and I sit there going, that's not true. But people watch videos because people in general, they just like negativity. That's why you watch the news, they post negative stuff, because negativity generates views. And you will say, well, you do the same thing. You make videos saying games are bad. And I'll say it again, I'm not calling them bad or critiquing them. I'm trying to inform the developers on ways that they can make these games better. And that's what I want. I just want these games to be better. And once they are better, that's good for not just the developers. It's good for us. It's good for the community. It's good for the industry. Everyone wins when the game is better. That's all I'm trying to make. That's the point I'm trying to get across this video. And as you see, we didn't do a good job. We got our asses fucking demolished. And I had a pretty good game. I had a good game, and it's unfortunate. I had a you see the stats right there. I have a 2.11 KD. And here's what I want to point out. I think it's silly that I can get a 2.11 KD and not get anything good. Like, seriously, this guy he had a 0.5 KD. He got a freaking legendary. Fix that, Bungie. Fix that. Don't punish us for doing good. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm Mr. Archangel. Peace out.